Tuesday morning to you. You have connected with your daily feel-good podcast, the Start Your Day Positive podcast with Len and Sarah. So glad that you're spending some time with us.
A free streaming service is moving up in the rankings, and part of their strategy is more cartoons.
The Cleveland Cavaliers are one of the very best teams in basketball, but wait, there's more. There's some really good guys on the team, too. Can't wait to share a nice story.
And one of America's all-time favorite sandwiches is undergoing a major change. It's more than hold the pickles, hold the lettuce. We'll tell you more coming up.
Well, we're here the month of March, and we are right in the middle of the season of Lent. Not quite halfway, but we are in Lent. And for many, many of you listening that participate, I thought this might be a really good time to share a little encouragement, because a big part of Lent is saying no, right? Some things are, you say no to things that you really enjoy and are normally a big part of your life. So this will help you. This will help you through. I've got 3 reasons why saying no is really a good thing. How's that?
I love it. Okay.
Okay. All right. So psychologists and motivational leaders describe self-control like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. So choosing no actually builds the neural pathways that help you stay focused and intentional. So important during this time of year. So here's a little research. Number 1, self-control is a muscle. Studies on self-control show that resisting temptation in one area, let's just use chocolate as an example, or for someone, these are different things for different people, but I'll just say that's universal chocolate. It can increase your ability to resist other temptations later. The brain practices restraint, and it gets better at it, so you're actually training for bigger things down the road.
I like that.
Secondly, saying no builds confidence. People who intentionally set boundaries report higher self-esteem and lower stress because they're living in line with their priorities. So you get some confidence by saying no.
I think it does help build confidence.
And then number 3, it can be values-driven. It gives you clarity. When you say no to something, it emotionally frees you up to say yes to other important things like relationships, goals, spiritual practices. Studies on purposeful restraint show people feel more in control and happier overall when they can say no to things in order to say yes to bigger things.
I was just going to say, when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else, right?
Yes, you've said that before. I've heard that. That's good.
And that's always a good way to think about it, because that helped me. Because you never want to make someone feel bad, or a situation you feel like you're letting someone down. But you always have to remember, when I say yes to this, I'm saying no to something else. So you really just, what's right for you and your family is what you need to go with.
Very good. Very good. Well, Steve Jobs said, focusing is about saying no. That's a quote of his. Focusing is about saying no. Just what you were saying.
That's interesting. Yeah. I would agree with that.
Kobe Bryant said, great things come from hard work and perseverance. That includes saying no. And when tempted in the wilderness for 40 days, Jesus said, no, no, and again, no. So when you're able to say no, you're in good company.
Well, let's start today with a positive thought. Sometimes amazing people forget just how amazing they are. This is your reminder.
Well, let's go with 3 things your friends and family may be talking about today.
Well, Burger King is giving the Whopper its first makeover in nearly a decade. The new Whopper will feature a premium bun, creamier mayonnaise, and will be served in a clamshell box instead of paper wrapping, all to prevent smashed burgers that fall apart. Not the smash burgers that have become so popular. The changes come after Burger King asked customers for feedback earlier this month, letting them share ideas directly with the company president. The updated Whopper will roll out this week nationwide. BK stressed that there will be no changes to the flame-broiled patty, though, the beef patty that they're known for.
Yeah, that's their signature, the flame-broiled burger. But what I really liked about this is the president of the company opened himself up. He said, send your comments on the Whopper directly to me, and I'm going to read them all.
I always admire leadership who are boots on the ground mentality, who want to be immersed in the experience and really understand things. So that's admirable.
Yeah, I've not had the BK for a long time, and then I had it the other day, and I thought, I miss that flame broiled flavor. It's a good burger. So
yeah.
Yes, so
I haven't had it in years either, but I know those good old onion rings. Are those still a classic?
They still have the rings. In BK, like a lot of them, they're trying to find their place, right, in a more competitive field.
Right.
And so it's probably a clever. Also, what they do when you go through their drive-through now, it's their slogan right now. When you go up to the window, they say "You rule."
What?
Because you're Burger King, and they go "You rule." Yeah.
Do they put a thumbs up or anything too, and wear the crown? No,
yeah, it depends how the day's gone. But
that's funny. You rule.
Yeah.
Okay,
hey, you
that's
rule.
That's cool.
I like it.
I like little slogans like that. That's fun.
Me too. Hey, well, this is a nice story. Not only are the Cleveland Cavaliers a really, really good basketball team. In fact, I think this might be their year. They're known for having a lot of really good guys on the team. A couple of young players, Jalen Tyson and Tyrese Proctor, showed up at the Giant Eagle on West 117th Street to give back to the community. They spent an hour at the store talking with customers, bagging groceries, and paying for people's groceries. There were some tears of joy, especially from one customer who said she was a widow living on less than $700 a month. She said the players were a blessing from God.
Well, so many streaming apps, it's hard to keep track these days, but the free app Tubi, that's Tubi, just made a big announcement. Already claiming the world's largest collection of Hollywood movies and TV shows, Tubi is adding 100 animated shows to its platform. The rollout starts this week and includes classics from every era. Golden Age hits like Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry, fan favorites like Yogi Bear, Super Friends, Scooby-Doo, 80s hits like The Smurfs, and more modern classics like Pinky and the Brain, Powerpuff Girls, and Teen Titans. And believe it or not, Tubi already beats Peacock and Max in viewership, and now these cartoons will only boost the numbers.
That's something. Do you watch Tubi? Have you tried Tubi?
No, I've never watched Tubi. I can't believe this. See, there's so much to remember.
I know it.
So this is an app that you get on your TV, on your smart TV, or on your Roku
I don't
or
know
Apple
if you have
TV.
Apple, Roku, Fire Stick. What do you have?
I have both. In the basement, I have Roku, and upstairs, I have an Apple TV.
Yeah, so you just download the Tubi app. It's totally free because there's commercials on it.
Oh,
so there are commercials on it. That's how it's supported, but it's free. It's not an extra subscription. And I've kind of flipped through it, but it's just a little overwhelming.
Because there's so much?
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on there, but... it's kind of like, what do you always say about, their food is good, but it's Cheesecake Factory menu.
Cheesecake, I know. I always use them as an example because it's a book.
Right. And that's the way Tubi is, especially because you're already trying to pick with Netflix and all the others. And it's like, oh, this looks good, but I just can't decide. But the cartoons, I've got a place in my heart. What was your go-to growing up? Were you a Smurf girl, or was there...
Oh, yeah, because I was a little girl in the 80s.
Yeah.
So... Yeah. Gem and the Holograms.
I wonder if that's on there. Yeah.
My favorite. I loved Gem and the Holograms. Smurfs, definitely. I'm trying to remember. Those were like the big gummy bears and things like that. It's
something, though, when you're not using something, you don't realize how many people are because... so far I really haven't gotten into Tubi, and then for me to see that it actually has bigger numbers than Max or Peacock, it's like, how's that possible?
Well, here's my question for you, though, because you called me out the other day. I was telling everyone about live TV on Amazon Prime and how there's a bunch of channels, and there's like whole channels of TV shows, and I loved Saved by the Bell. That was one of my favorite shows growing up. Mm-hmm. And I said, there's a Saved by the Bell channel. And you're like, yeah, but that would get old quick.
Yeah, I did say that, yeah.
So do cartoons get old quick for you being an adult now? Or can you watch and sit and watch Looney Tunes for an hour?
Only Looney Tunes. And, it's special. And I'm not going to go on long about that. But they're very, very special. And people really need to watch them with me to appreciate them.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Here we go.
But let me tell you something, okay? This is interesting. So my daughters grew up watching Looney Tunes, and they love them. Uh-huh. But I wanted to introduce them to my grandson, Easton.
Yeah.
And we started to. Uh-huh. But Easton's mom, Jenny, said, maybe not yet. He's just about 3. Because you know the reputation of Looney Tunes. They have dynamite in them where things blow up and things fall on people's heads and all that sort of thing. And she said, I don't know if I want him watching that yet. And I couldn't really argue.
That's so funny. But we watched it and we never really thought a dynamite was going to blow up in our face or a crane go to our head. Like, how did we not think that?
Right. We didn't think an anvil was going to fall out of the sky and hit us in the head.
And I mean, I get what she's saying, but how were we okay with it?
We always say, and I came out all right, didn't I? Right.
Well, maybe I didn't come out. Maybe that was part of the problem with me. I was with all of us. But that's so interesting.
With her permission, I'll be sneaking them in soon.
You know what I think you're going to end up doing is watching Paw Patrol and all the new cartoons.
You know what? I will just say really quickly, Paw Patrol's pretty good.
Oh, good. Well, there you go. See, they've upgraded.
It's not Bugs Bunny, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
A cup of coffee, a thankful heart, a brand new day, positive with Len and Sarah.
We've been telling you about a brand new partner on our Start Your Day Positive podcast, Liberty Health Share, doing an amazing job when it helps people deal with the issue of their health care. If you're in that situation where you need coverage and it's not provided through your work or the cost makes it almost impossible for you, a great choice is sharing your health care needs with other people of faith, like-minded people just like you, and it's working for so many people. If you're curious how it works, let me take you behind the scenes. Tracy works in the call center at Liberty Health Share. Here's what she does.
So if they're already a member with us, they call in and they let us know the reason for their call, if it's about a medical bill that they need submitted, or if they need us to help call the doctor with them, we can call the providers, and we help with pretty much anything that they have.
So in a sense, Liberty really serves as your advocate. Your medical provider sends the bills directly to Liberty. They look them over, get the best possible rate, and then they take care of those bills. Or if you pay at the time the services are rendered, then you send the bill to Liberty. And you receive reimbursement according to the Liberty program you're enrolled in. Oh, and there's something else. Because it's a faith-based health-sharing community, you can receive the support of prayer.
That actually is like a special thing to me, just to be able to say, do you mind if I pray with you? That means a lot to them.
Hey, you can find out more at their website. It's libertyhealthshare.org.
Whoa, tick-tock, woo, the time goes so fast. It happened today, let's remember.
Let's step back in our time machine once again. It's the 3rd of March. Let's go back in time. Look at this date in history.
Well, maybe you've seen the movie The Miracle Worker. On this day in 1887, Anne Sullivan began teaching 6-year-old Helen Keller, who lost her eyesight and hearing after a severe illness at the age of 19 months. Keller went on to learn how to read, write, and speak.
After her 7th lesson, she was able to speak the sentence word by word. I am not dumb now. No.
Boy, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing what you can accomplish with love and patience, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, it was official. On this date in 1914, President Herbert Hoover signed a congressional act making the Star-Spangled Banner the official national anthem of the U.S. Songs that were in the running for the national anthem were Hail Columbia, still played today as the official song of the Vice President, if you didn't know that. My Country 'Tis of Thee was in the running, America the Beautiful. The song gained popularity as a patriotic hymn and was considered a strong candidate for the national anthem.
Interesting. And National I Want You to Be Happy Day. How to celebrate, perform acts of kindness like giving compliments, holding doors, or bringing a friend coffee, maybe telling someone about our podcast. The idea, focus on bringing joy and happiness to others.
Isn't that nice? Just think about other people. What could I do today? Think of someone in your life. What could I do today to make them happy?
Len and Sarah are hilarious. You guys crack me up. and you're super positive. You brighten the day. Yeah, I love that it's super positive. It brightens my morning every day when I go to work.
Hey, Sarah, I just saw this cool story about something that they're doing in England. I personally would like to see this roll out here in America. it's all based on a survey that said over 60% of new parents say they feel lonely and isolated at some time, and more they experience feelings of being overwhelmed. And yet, sometimes when you go to a public place, it feels like a lot of people are in a mind-your-own-business mode. You can't really tell. So you just can't read people. You don't know if they'd rather chat or not. And for a young parent, it would be nice sometimes to just have a conversation. So on benches, around parks, public spaces, and playgrounds, where parents take a moment for themselves while the kids either sleep in the stroller or burn off some energy, here's what they're installing. They're installing what they're calling bonding benches. Each bench has a small slider, and you can switch it between two settings. One setting says, I'm up for a chat, and the other one says, craving quiet.
I love this.
I think it's such a good idea. There's an organization.
Yeah.
They're called English Heritage, and they came up with the idea. They say for mothers and fathers who have moved away from family, whose friends don't have kids yet, maybe they're a single parent or their partner's away working long hours, loneliness can feel overwhelming, but the bonding benches that were just installed this year are making a difference, and so far they're getting great feedback.
That is wonderful. I think they put, I don't forget how many you said, but I think I read they put them across 400 historic sites.
Yeah.
So that's quite a few of those.
Well, I love the idea, and I think it's so important just to have conversations with people that you don't know. And so, I'm the guy always that I start up a conversation with the cashier, with the person in the deli department, with the person who's pushing their cart down the same aisle. You know that.
I think you need a shirt that says just up for a chat.
I'm up for a chat. I think you're right.
Can we please get you a bonding shirt? And you just walk around up for a chat.
Up for a chat.
Len is always up for a chat.
Yeah, I am. And the sad part is, the older I get, I'm up for a chat even more. There's some places that you just shop, and then there's places that are just really fun to shop. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some places that you just have to go. I mean, you just have to shop there because it's like an obligation.
You mean they're dangerous to shop in the very best way?
Well, those are the places that are fun to shop. And I was looking at a video that you posted on our Facebook page about your trip to Northeast Factory Direct, and you were cracking me up because I think you went there to look at one thing, but you were running around the store like a kid in a candy store.
I know it is. Northeast Factory Direct is one of those places, like, you go in to get a couch and then you start looking around, you're like, wow, these mattresses are great. And then you're looking at the recliners, and then suddenly you're interested in saunas too. It's because there's so many great deals. It's wonderful. It's a great place to shop.
Well, fair to say it's a comfortable shopping experience as well, or at least you thought it was, because you were doing full back flops onto the mattress.
Well, you got to test it out.
Got to test it out. You know what? You should test it out, too, in person. There is a website. I'll give you that so you can find the location nearest you. But you'll find locations, Northeast Factory Direct in Cleveland, Euclid, Macedonia, North Canton. Please tell them you heard about them on the Start Your Day Positive podcast, and they'll say, oh, we'll give you a special deal. NortheastFactoryDirect.com.
T-I-V-E. Start your day positive with Len and Sarah.
Well, we have something special for you, a free book giveaway. And sometimes when I say that, people think, oh, you're just going to give one book away. No. Anyone who wants a free copy of this book, it's called The Garden, from best-selling author and best-selling motivational speaker Jon Gordon, we are giving you one. Now, Jon is like one of the best motivational speakers in the world. He's amazing. He's known for tons of different books, but The Garden is really good. And it's a spiritual fable that reveals, he goes through the 5 Ds that can overcome us with anxiety and things like that. And it just simplifies it and helps you kind of have more peace and focus and connection and happiness. It's a great little read, and we want to send you one if you want one.
It's a small book, and it's really, really neat. I mean, you can work right through it. We had the chance to talk with Jon, which I really appreciate because his schedule is crazy. He works with some of the biggest companies in the world on working on team building and motivation, but he spent some time with us, and it was really interesting because he was working on another book, and he just really felt impressed upon from the Lord about this idea of the garden, a book on overcoming fear, anxiety, and stress. Let me just play a clip of our conversation.
Here's what's wild. In 2019, towards the end of the year, I had just finished writing a book. I usually write a book in about 3.5 weeks. God inspired, I just get these downloads and I write the book. Well, I got done with this other book and I was thinking about this book, and I was going to call it Identity because it's all about the attack on our identity. And while I'm sitting there, boom, I had a vision of the garden. I had a vision of this concept for a book that was more of a fable rather than a how-to. And so I just had this vision for it and this idea for it. And I wrote it literally in a few weeks and finished it like within the first few weeks of January, not knowing that in 2019, what was coming was the pandemic, when so many people would be struggling with fear and stress and anxiety. And this book literally came out in March during the pandemic when people needed this message the most. And it's a fable. Obviously, there is a Christian theme to this book. I even wrote in the beginning, because I'm mostly known as a business author, and I wrote, warning, this is not like my other books. This is a spiritual message. This is about winning the battle of our mind. This is about helping kids win the battle between fear and anxiety and stress, and how to fuel their life with love and joy and power and peace and courage and confidence. My only book to become #1 on the Wall Street Journal bestseller list was this book. It's not a business book, but it hit the Wall Street Journal bestseller list. So it shows you how God has a great sense of humor. Wanted this book obviously out there.
So if you would like your free copy, you just go to our website. It's startyourdaypositive.com. And then you scroll to the bottom, kind of towards the bottom of our page, and you'll see a big section down here with a lot of different giveaways, and you just click on enjoy a free copy. Well, thank you so much for listening. And just like I said in the beginning of the podcast, sometimes people forget how amazing they are, and that is your reminder. So thank you for listening today. Please tell your friends that you listen to the Start Your Day Positive podcast. We'll be right back here tomorrow with a new episode.
Yeah, I like that. Just a reminder about the value in everyone we see, even the people that once in a while make us go, So with that in mind, let's say a prayer, asking God to fill us with His grace. Heavenly Father, as we wrap up this episode of our Start Your Day Positive podcast, remind us that everyone that we meet, everyone we see, yes, they're going through things, but they're made in your image. So fill us with grace, fill us with patience, and let us see them as you see them, because you pour your blessings out on everyone. In Jesus' name, amen.